What's up? It's Minal here. This is Live Learn Drum, and today is a happy day because I've just broken 1,000 subscribers. Look at that. There we go. For this video, I want to share my first concept, which is applicable to everybody, whether you're a drummer, a guitarist, a bass player, a singer, anything. It's called the grid. The grid is a way that I see and divide time in my head as a drummer. But I think it's useful to anybody to develop their sense of rhythm on their instrument. So today's lesson will involve none of these. All you need to have at home is 2 of these for some of this. Aha. I'm also giving away some free stuff. How awesome is that? This is going to involve a free pair of ProMark Shirakashi 5B sticks, the ones that I use for everything, because they're amazing. And I'm going to give away 4 drum posters. One is a Jojo Mayer poster. The second is a Mike Tirana poster. The third features Mr. Portnoy, Progger. And the fourth is the man with the fast feet, Mr. Joey Jordison. Anyway, on to the grid. I used the grid to put bass drums in places that were uncomfortable. I just realised how horrendous that sounds as an innuendo. Scrap that. Really. The grid was a system that I used to make sure that I could play a note in every single place in the bar, so that if there was a weakness in my coordination or an inability to play a note in a certain place in correlation to everything else that I was playing, it would show that weakness. And it also meant that I was tight in my playing no matter where I was placing a kick drum or a snare or a hi-hat or anything. And it's the same for you guys out there on the guitar and on the bass. You can use the grid as a system to write cool rhythms, to understand exactly where the notes can fall in the bar, and to make sure that you're able to play these notes in the right place and tight, so that when you're in a musical situation, you can just come up with this stuff and play it from the heart. Because that's why we do all this. That's why we practice. It might seem dead, and it might seem a bit stagnant and removed from the purpose of what we're actually doing here as musicians, which is to play. But actually, the reason we practice is so that when we come across a situation that we want to respond to something completely in the spur of the moment and from the heart, we have the technical skills to be able to do so. And we don't have to be fiddling about trying to work out what's going on. That's why we practice. And that's why I think the grid is a really powerful tool for every musician. So set aside a few minutes with me right now. We're going to be working through this together. Make sure these two are ready to go. And in the next few minutes, I promise you, you'll have a better understanding and a more solid foundation of rhythm. Let's do it. We're going to divide each bar into 4 specific sounds. 1, E, and A. So a bar of 4 is 1 E and A, 2 E and A, 3 E and A, 4 E and A. Okay? A drummer's most feared tool, the metronome. Okay, position 1. On the numbers, that's the downbeats. So it's going to be 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and. Okay? I'll show you once. Clap along with me. Let's get this down. Whoa. Okay. Really simple. This one's the easiest one. Ready? 3, 4. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1. Okay, simple stuff. Position 2 is you're going to clap on the E. So it's going to go 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and. So this is the second 16th note in the bar. Once you start getting into this stuff, it allows you to be really syncopated and funky with your playing. Position 2, second 16th note in the bar. Here we go. 1 E, 2 E, 3 E. clap along. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1. Okay, you got that? If that was a bit tricky, don't worry. Our minds, and particularly our Western musical brains, are configured to basically hear downbeats and offbeats. And what we're getting into here is some 16th note offbeats. But it's really going to help you jazz up your playing and get funky. Okay, ready for position 3? This is basically just an offbeat. It's the third 16th note in the bar. And this should be fairly straightforward. So let's do this position 3. So it's going to go 1 and 2 and 3 and. Ready? 2, 3, 4. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1. How was that? That should have felt okay. If you're struggling with any of this, don't worry. You can always slow this down or just keep working on it. But trust me, getting this here and here without your instrument is where it's at. You want to settle this grid into your head, and it will really help with your rhythm playing. Position 4. A lot of people that I've shown this to have found this to be the trickiest place to actually place an accent. So let's see how you get along. Position 4 is the 4th 16th note in the bar. So that's the A. 1 E and A, 2 E and A, 3 E and A, 4 E and A, 1. So let's try it. Clap along with me. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 E and A, 2 E and A, 3 E and A, 4 E and A, 1 E and A, 2 E and A, 3 E and A, 4 E and A, 1. Cool. So those are the 4 positions. Those are the 4 places in the grid that we're going to start off with putting accents into. So that should have started calibrating your brain into looking at these 16th notes accents. And what we're going to do now is play the whole series through. So we're going to do 4 bars of each, and it's going to be position 1, which is down the beat on the numbers 1 E and 2. Position 2, after 4 bars, is going to go 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E. Position 3 is basically just an offbeat, 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and. Position 4 is that last little note in the bar, the 4th 16th note of the bar. That's the A. 1 E and A, 2 E and A, 3 E and A, 4 E and A. So let's do the whole series. Here we go. 4 bars of each. Clap along with me. Ready? 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and A, 2 E and A, 3 E and A, 4 E and 1. That's the first introduction to the grid. 16th note placements of accents anywhere in the bar. So applications for this, you could be playing a run on the guitar, and you could pick out during that run accents maybe on the 4th 16th note of the bar to make it really funky and syncopated and stand out, because if the rest of your band's holding it tight, you're going to be able to play around and tweak with rhythms to mess up the listener's perception of where your rhythms are at. As a drummer, there's loads of applications. I've been using this for years. So you could take just hands over the straight backbeat and go through this system and put a kick drum on the first position, and then the second position, and the third, and the fourth. I'm going to do a separate video lesson specifically on the kit, showing you all of these positions played as bass drum lines, and then you guitarists and bassists at home can jam along with me as well. And the drummers, obviously, get on your electric kit or just tap away on the floor. It's all the same, man. It doesn't matter whatever gear you've got. It's all building these concepts up here and then learning how to express them with your body. So a practice pad, clapping, your hands, a table, it's all good. It's all practice. You're all building this up. So, to win this bundle of drum-related joy, here are these posters and these sticks and of course my undying gratitude for your support in my mission to take over the world of drumming. What I'd like you to do is film a video response using the concepts that I've just taught you of the grid, and the grid as a 16th note accent system. So shoot a quick video. That could be, if you're a drummer, that could be playing along with the bass drums, hitting the different accents and cycle through, or playing fills that hit those different accents and cycle through the different positions. As a guitarist, whatever you want to do a run that's got those accents in it, write a riff that uses those accents, write a verse structure or a riff together that goes through and cycles to the different accents. This is all completely open-ended. I want to see what you guys do and how you apply the grid. If you're a bassist, write me a funky bass line that's got these accents in, and if I like it, I'll probably just download it and jam it and send you a video back, you know? It's all good. So a video response using the grid concept, and I want you to call it Ben Minal the Grid, and send it as a video response as a comment. And I'll watch everyone, and I'll pick out the one that I think really inspired me as a way to apply the grid to your playing. And the top 3 I'll put together into a little video and do a bit of a critique on how the sense of rhythm could be used maybe differently, or what I think's cool, or what I think could be worked on in a different way. That'd be awesome. If you want to send a video response in the comment section below, and let's get sharing some ideas of how we can apply this grid concept to your playing. Cool. Well, I can't wait to see your videos. I'm sure they'll be awesome. And if you want to be the first to find out about the new videos when they come up, click on my Prolapse pumpkin. That's it. Click right there. Go on. You know you want to. Oh.